Thank you. What a wonderful and very exciting afternoon here at ITB Convention at the Orange Stage. So thanks for staying around with us as Lea and we have the pleasure now to wrap the day up. Of course, I'm asking you in a minute what are the highlights, but nevertheless, high five for that beautiful day.
Absolutely.
Right?
And high five to everyone that has joined us today. And I really mean it. I mean, I said it many times, probably some of the people that have joined plenty of my sessions or our sessions, they roll their eyes. But I appreciate the attention because I know attention span is so little. There's so much offered. And if you look at the program, it's massive.
It's tremendous. Absolutely.
Not only that, we are in Berlin. You know, there's strikes going on.
Oh, don't start.
To do.
Please don't start about the strikes.
We really appreciate it. And I think every speaker does. And there's so much work going into that. And I appreciate every speaker joining us because, I mean, that's what our industry does best, right? Like supporting each other. And that's the bridge to the first keyword. But I think it was the keyword last year as well. Something that resonates with me the most and something that I hear in every session in one way or the other, it's a meta topic, is collaboration.
But what does it mean? So when you break it down to marketing and distribution, and of course the topic of this year's ITB is togetherness, how do you bridge it?
Well, I personally, I'm not sure, I'm not an expert, but I understand the way we are at a tipping point and we have to let go of the thought you can do it by yourself and you can do it all alone. You have to let go of the thought of silos in any way, be it regarding data, be it regarding your company and your teams or your skills. You have to really become open and say, okay, let's work together and really learn from each other. And of course, we all have a business purpose, right? Everyone has to see how they position themselves. But I think in any session that we had today, collaboration was an element that was mentioned and that would have been key to the topic.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that's an opportunity. That's amazing.
When you say, okay, it comes on the ground level back to collaboration, what is the homework still for also next year's ITB? You know, when we look into the year ahead of us, we talked a lot about artificial intelligence, a lot about technology, of course, but collaboration means also these human face-to-face conversations. So what is our homework for next year's ITB?
Yes, I mean, I could write probably now a list of 5 pages at least with bullet points, what the concrete homework points were. But if I summarize it, I think one thing is, and it's a mindset thing, right? The biggest homework is probably to understand you have to continue learning every day. You cannot think you know it all because as you see there's so much change, there's so much development, and you have to also be able to cut the noise, right? Because there's not only happening a lot, there's also coming a lot into our industry. A lot of people want to sell something, some people want to change something, they have opinions, you know, there's a lot of dynamics, and the skill of being focused, listen and distinguish between what's a hype, what's a trend, what do I have to do, what's important to my business, and whom do I collaborate with and effectively. I think the talent to be focused and cut the noise, I think that's a good homework, and to continuously educate, learn, and maybe from each other, because we are in a time where you cannot order that book that gives you the, I mean, if there would be a book on Web3 that I could order, I could read and study, I would do that, but I don't even think that makes sense because the development is so fast. If I would order it today, probably in 1 week's time, it's not even complete anymore in terms of information. So we can't do it without each other because we have to learn from each other and we have to really be on top of our game and like just, yeah, embrace it daily.
Nice. I'd like to have one last question concerning the artificial intelligence, which is one of the biggest buzzwords right now. I mean, last year we debated a lot about metaverse. This year it's all about Gen AI. What did you learn from today's panel program about AI when it comes to marketing and distribution? Or what do we, or should we detach from the meaning of AI?
No, actually I feel quite relieved because I have to say I was personally very overwhelmed when I received all the call for papers for this convention or whenever I talked. You know, I mean, yeah, maybe I shouldn't say it on the stage, but last year, any company that contacted me wanted to talk about the metaverse. Every single company. Didn't matter what their service is, what their core business is. This year, every company wanted to talk about AI. And I was wondering, oh, that's a quick pivot. Last year we were a metaverse company, this year you're an AI company. But then we had excellent people on stage, yesterday as well, today, on other stages as well. I mean, I saw all the other sessions that, like, at least the descriptions. And something I take away is, okay, it's not gonna go away, that's a fact. We have to deal with it. It's going to change, yeah, our environment, how we work, how we live, everything. But it's also a tool, and you can learn to work with it, and you can do it step by step. You don't have to be overwhelmed by it. You can, you know, it's manageable, and it makes, hopefully, everything a bit better. So
and easier, in a way.
Smarter, easier, you know, and it probably will enhance our human skill as well, because then again, we are really challenged to, increase our own capability to judge and to, again, distinguish between what's important, what's not important, where can I use AI and where should I maybe better trust in the human skill? And yeah, at least, I mean, and that's one takeaway I want to emphasize. It's a bit old school probably, but it was a really important statement, and I heard it so many times, especially like in the travel e-commerce space, like sales is dead. And we had Sophie Ogar from Accor here today, and she said, no, it has never been a better time to meet in person and to have really impactful relationships in business as today. And she is very confident it's going to stay for the future. And I do think so too. Like, I think we want to meet in person, we want to be together. But we also want to leverage what's out there, like technology, and yeah, make it all more efficient.
Thank you. What a
Thank
wonderful
you.
echo. Thank you to Lea Jordan. Thank you
everyone. Thank
for
you.
having
See
a
you.
beautiful day with you. Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us virtually. Even if you have your breakfast right now, if you're coming, from the West Coast somewhere or to the Eastern area. So please feel welcome and join us tomorrow again when we talk about responsible tourism. So stay with us. We're going to have another interesting and exciting program tomorrow here at the Orange Stage at ITB Convention at ITB 2024. Thank you and see you tomorrow.